It's a golden age for British wheelchair tennis with multiple Grand Slam champions and Paralympic medalists. Thanks to funding from the National Lottery, more people are coming to the sport all the time, and I've decided it's my time to join them. Over the next 4 weeks, I'm going to throw myself into the sport as I prepare for my first ever competitive match against one of Britain's rising stars. That's not a sprint, that's a marathon, that is.
Just crack on, do your thing, and keep at it.
Really? How many hours have you played tennis?
This is Billy Takes on Tennis. Inspired by what I'd seen earlier in the week, I was back in Nottingham to take part in an LTA Open Day, getting my first wheelchair tennis coaching alongside others trying out the sport for the first time. Hey, is it Matt?
Yeah, it is. Billy, nice to meet you.
How's it going? Nice to meet
Very
you,
well.
mate.
Here you're here taking on some wheelchair tennis with us.
Yeah, I'm going to throw my hands to a bit of wheelchair tennis, see what it's all about. I used to like playing tennis as a kid, so want to find out a bit more about the sport and how it all works.
Have you tried it before at all? Or?
Briefly, but I mean this was about 5 years ago, so yeah, this is for me, this is day one. You can teach me the basics hopefully, and I won't be too far off where I need to be in a few weeks' time.
Brilliant, let's go.
Every cone I hit there, terrible at this.
Just nice and easy, just to start, and I might move Alice that side. Good hand-eye coordination. Right, this time now we're going to go and hit some tennis balls.
That's a bad start.
Nice, great shot.
It's over the net. Yes.
Last one. Yeah, nice done.
It's tricky, man, tricky. Obviously I haven't played tennis for years and years, so actually just hitting the ball and hitting it with the right sort of technique and stuff, that's taken a bit of time to come back to me. Plus the fact that I'm in a wheelchair and I'm struggling to hold the racket and be able to push properly.
Straight in, second one.
Backhand, not good for me. Second one was better than the first.
Go on, move to it. Second one in, straight away. Contact in front. Oh!
Sorry. But the coach. That's not good. Now that I'd seen what they could do out on the court, I was keen to catch up with a few of the group and find out why they decided to give wheelchair tennis a try. So guys, thanks for letting me join in with your wheelchair tennis session earlier. Tell me a little bit about wheelchair tennis for you two. So first of all, when did you kind of find out about wheelchair tennis and give it a go?
I first started playing here actually at a Have a Go session 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And then haven't really stopped since. I also play over at Grantham, so that's where I know Harry from.
And why did you guys decide to have a go at wheelchair tennis? What made you want to have a go at it?
Just the ability to show what I'm made of in tennis.
Is it nice control, Harry? Lovely shot.
It's a freeing feeling being on a tennis court, you know. That's the one time that I don't feel the pain that I'm in normally is when I'm playing sports and playing tennis, and I'd do it every day of my life if I could. It's that kind of thing.
When I'm in my normal wheelchair, like sometimes I cry because I'm like, I don't want to be different.
You don't want to be different.
I just want to be someone who can stand
But then
up
when you're here, everybody else is in the wheelchair, and it's a nice place to be with people who are just like you. And it's a nice little community that you get, and you're not different here, and that's one of the best things.
Yes.
When you're little, kids are mean. Being disabled, it's not always, you know, fun and games, but when you come to a place like this and you have people who are like you and they understand what you go through, it's really nice and it's really special.
Take control tap, and then hit back. Big control tap, and then hit back.
I just want to go fast and smash it as hard as I can, and normally that means it'll go over there and over there, but that's just how I'm wired really, so I need to actually slow it down a bit and figure out how to play tennis. An LTA Open Day was the perfect opportunity for Alice and Harry to try out the sport, but there are loads of different routes into wheelchair tennis, as Abby, who joined us out on court, explained.
Well, I was actually at this tournament. I was one of the ball kids for the pros, so every year they pick a school to train the children up to become ball kids. It just so happened to be my school and my year group, complete fluke. And I got here and I'd never done any disability sports before. I'd always just tried to stay the same.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I ever felt at home. I literally just came off this court actually, and someone gave me their phone number and went, "Can you get your mum to call me?"
Okay.
And so we gave them a call and they were like, "Oh, come and have a go, I'll come and try a session. We really think you'd be doing really well." And then about 8 months later, I played in the national school games and I won 2 golds.
No way.
Go on, go, go, go.
Cool, this is a workout. They played 2 points.
The biggest thing is having fun with it.
Yeah.
Finding people in your local area to play tennis with is a really big thing, but also it gives you that social environment that actually give you friendships.
Yeah.
When I was 13, I was diagnosed with my second disability, and that hit really hard because within a month I really struggled to walk. I went from walking everywhere to now using a day chair a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And actually having that friendship around me that I've been in very similar situations, they were able to give me guidance on actually, this is how you're feeling now, but this is how you can feel in the future.
As well as getting used to the technique, I was beginning to understand what wheelchair tennis means to the people who play it. Over at the National Tennis Centre in Roehampton, I sat down with Cornelia Oosthuizen, who has her own amazing story to tell. Cornelia, thanks for having a quick chat with me now. I'm quite interested just to find out a little bit more, if possible, about your story, your background. Obviously, what happened to you in the army?
Like with most people in life, you get, stages of life where things go really well, and then there's a few curveballs that come your way. For me, it was essentially a nerve-related injury, nothing heroic. I was in the army at the time, but it wasn't anything heroic. It was a sports injury in my right foot that affected the nervous system, and I ended up with a chronic neurological pain condition called complex regional pain syndrome, or CRPS for short. And essentially over roughly about nearly a 5-year period, the chronic pain just got worse and worse and worse, and everything we tried to try and manage the condition didn't quite work. I got to a stage where I just thought, do you know what, I'm not sure I want to live my life like this. And at that stage started to explore and sort of educate myself about amputation as a possible route to alleviate the pain. And then end of 2018, got the leg sort of chopped off, and I'm super fortunate that it's worked out, and inadvertently it led me to wheelchair tennis.
I just find it very fascinating because obviously that's in a lot of ways similar to my story, but very different at the same time, because I had my amputations as a result of a racing car crash. I didn't have any decision to make around those amputations. It was like life or death. That's the decision the doctors made.
Sure.
But for you had to make that decision yourself. And I always sit back there and say that one thing I'm glad of is that I didn't have to make that decision in hospital myself, because that's a huge life decision. I read something on your website that basically said that at the age of sort of 4 or 5 years old, your dream was to be playing at Wimbledon and to be obviously a champion in tennis. So your journey's not been straightforward to get there, but obviously you're on that pathway and progressing with and still chasing that dream. So that must be quite a nice feeling to still have all these years later.
Yeah, no, it's an opportunity that I obviously never thought I would have, because I wasn't going to, hack it as an able-bodied player, even though I tried very hard. And then I suppose footwork was never a strength, so perhaps it's a blessing in disguise to be in a chair and now being able to actually pursue my childhood dream. And it is very special actually on a daily basis. Or every now and again, you sort of just stop and go, do you know what, this is glorious. I am literally living the dream.
You spoke a little bit there about obviously the opportunity that you've got. The National Lottery supports and funds obviously the LTA wheelchair programme to take you from the first steps up to being on the elite programme. What does that support actually do for you on a day-to-day basis?
To be brutally honest, it enables me to do this. Without it, I couldn't do wheelchair tennis as a professional full-time, because that financial support, frankly, is a game changer. Tennis is an expensive sport, and if you want to pursue it professionally, it becomes arguably even more expensive. So the whole combination of sort of the funding package that we get enables you to develop consistency in your own ability to develop your game, which then hopefully will give due payoff as well back to sort of GB, ideally at sort of Grand Slam and Paralympic level.
I'm at the start of my sort of wheelchair tennis journey. I'm very new to the sport, so I'm trying to like pick up little bits of information as I go along and try and obviously improve my own game. But any tips, any bits of advice you can give me to just get me moving in the right direction? What would be a few words of wisdom?
Well, it's ironically a bit of a rich comment coming from me. My team would no doubt confirm that. But number one is enjoy it.
Yeah.
Try not to be a perfectionist about it, which is easier said than done. Like that, you obviously want to do it well and learn it well and play to the best of your abilities. But ironically, the more you enjoy, the better you play. It's not rocket science. Just crack on, do your thing, and keep at it.
I'm sure there's plenty more to come. So
I hope
thanks
so.
for having a little chat with me.
My
there.
pleasure. Thank you.
I was joining some of Britain's top wheelchair tennis talent in Roehampton for my first one-to-one coaching, and once the pros were done for the day, it was my turn.
Hi, Billy.
Hi, it's Martin.
Martin Waite. I'm one of the wheelchair tennis national coaches. I just wondered how you're getting on. I believe you got a challenge to a competitive match.
Yeah, I'm in the early stages. I've done about a couple of hours on court up in Nottingham, so I really am like a rookie, but I'm building up slowly but surely. And obviously wheelchair tennis is completely new to me, and it's so different in a lot of ways to sort of able-bodied tennis in a sense of obviously the movement around the court in the chair. I mean, that's probably the thing for me that stands out as the thing that I would like to get better at.
Mobility is something which is a challenge, but with certain practices that we do all the time, very quickly you'll start to improve your speed and agility. You'll be finding you'll be rocketing around court in no time. That's
what I like to hear. Right, well, the rain seems to be coming, so should we try and get out there before it all kicks off?
Let's do it now. You're going to have a forehand, and then I'm going to have the choice of where to throw the second ball.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So the first one. Okay, now this is what every player wants to do, and they find it really tough to make this change.
Yeah.
Because when I play on my feet, every shot I hit, I face the court, and I hit and I face the court.
Yeah.
In a chair, you'll actually do this, and as you recover, if the ball's hit what we call back behind, you want to go looking at it, but then you're going the long route. So what you will have seen the pros doing is doing what we call turning out.
Turning out.
All right, so you hit your forehand, you recover, the ball goes behind you, but you actually take your eye off the court and then turn this way, and you're able to then have a defensive move and come back and recover for that ball.
All right.
Right, let's have a go. So you come forwards, you strike, you recover, but this time you turn out. Well done. And recover, but then they go back behind, exit speed. You've got to play this sport. You've got to play this sport.
That's better.
Well done. Even for the non-disabled sportsman, first 4 shots are vital.
Yeah.
So 2 of those are the serve and the return of serve. So I'd love to see how you serve a ball. I'm very competitive as well, so.
I could see that from earlier watching you.
Well done for getting there.
Maybe done reverse there.
That was it. It's just you got your racket onto the ball. Now it's getting there even faster, so you have more options.
Yeah.
I'm being really mean, just to see how good your pushing is. Drop shot. Really? How many hours have you played tennis?
Not as many as you, I guess. I think
that was excellent. That was excellent.
Ripping my hands to shreds. This is proper training. Oh, wait. Oh, that's poor from me. I thought I was going to get there easy.
Right, winner takes all.
Winner takes all. All
Here we go.
Ah!
Really good. How's that feel?
Yeah. Getting a better understanding, like you say, of when to turn and when to turn out. Just a bit more practice, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is that most rallies will end in errors, not winners.
Yeah.
So when you come on and all you're trying to do is hit the ball as hard as you can, you're giving the game to your opponent.
Yeah.
Whereas if you can start the point well and you have the mobility to hunt down your opponent's shots, then you have a really good chance of winning this match.
Yeah.
I wish you all the best.
Thanks, mate. Cheers for
No
that.
problem at all.
That was hard. With my first one-to-one coaching under my belt, my day at the National Tennis Centre was over. But before I headed home, the producers had a surprise for me. A first look at my opponent, Ruben Harris, a World Team Cup Junior silver medalist with a career-high junior ranking of number 16 in the world. Ruben hit some seriously hard shots, making me nervous just watching this. I'm gonna have to do some more training for sure, because I'm so much slower than that. This is gonna be hard. Coming up next time, I've come up to Norwich today to check out what's called a Talent ID Day.
No, nice one, Lucy.
And sprint, come on, come on.
I'm really competitive.
Good, round of reds.
Talk to each other, you can do that.
That last shot on that game there, I knew it was coming toward me, and I knew I wasn't gonna get it. I'm not hiding, I swear, I'm picking balls up.